run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the Jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my Jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that with a NASDAQ. That's cash when the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? My window. They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you fuck like a limbo. She said she not a, she an A. Why you do that like that? Like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back? Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go on your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment claiming his innocence.
It is loud and it is wet here, Coach, as we welcome you inside CenturyLink Field on a patented rainy afternoon in Seattle, Washington. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Seattle Seahawks. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Let's go now. Go to base. Here we go, D. Tight end right. Tight end right. Border. Check Mike, man, yeah. Mike, man, yeah. Target. Check Mike, man, yeah. Mike, go. I got you, son. You're all mine, baby. We gonna get this.
On first down, it's Haskins. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Check. 59. 59's Mike. Check. 59. I got you, Pop. Mike's 50. Let it go.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Mike's 56. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
On first down, Bowen. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Looking to throw on second down. Bentley. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His fourth touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They go play action now. Haskins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Larson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Ready? 56 is the mic. What we got? What we got? What we got?
the gun. Bentley. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll run on first down. It's Bowen. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
56. Mike.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Montez Sweat in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
That's a what? Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check 26. Check 26. You got motion, man. You got motion.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good as, that is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Come on, set. Let's go. Watch the slant. Where'd he go?
Back to throw. Bentley. The catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. this down to the 35-yard line. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. On first down, Bentley. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Looking to throw. Bentley. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down now, it's Bowen. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
56 is the mic. 56 is the mic. All day, every day, any day. Check 43. Kill.
On third down, Bentley. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Montez Sweat in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
Second and 6 at the 5-yard line.
Hey, hold on. Rip right. Check 99.
This is Geis. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Here's Geis. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Returnable for Lockett. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early in the elements. You're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Haskins will throw. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Yeah, 50 on the end. Check 55. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. 55's mine, guys. 55. Man, I got you. Hold up.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do? You got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end. Take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you've got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for DK Metcalf. Incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Shift. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Switch. Hey, watch the edge. 36. Rush in. Watch the edge. Check 50.
They'll indeed go forward with Boykin. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check Mike, man. Rabbit.
Final play of the half. It's Haskins.
You ain't going nowhere.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Snap comes in 1. Now Haskins. Looking left side, and it's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. He goes full extension, and he's got it. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
Get that quarterback at all costs. Check 52.
Nice. They'll try to run it. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
He's coming.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. And it'll be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
On 1st down, Bowen. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Here's Boykin to throw. It's caught. Block it. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Mike 56. Mike 56.
They go play action with Boykin. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
56 to Mike, boys. 56.
3rd and long for Boykin. Looking deep for Jennings. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Eluding the play. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Taco Charlton able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Throwing on 3rd and long. Haskins throws right side, and that's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st down, Washington.
Haskins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a run with Geis. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Throw left side complete. That's Larson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Mike 55, Mike 55. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now on 2nd and 13, Haskins. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They're throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks. To throw is Boykin. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Boykin looking to go to the air again. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Monte Nicholson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We know these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The Redskins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Right slow. Drive on. Check her out. Check 13.
3rd and 2, now Haskins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And the Redskins first down.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And some room to work. Oh, trucked him. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk...
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Banjo. Check Mike, 99.
It's Geis on the counter. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's Boykin. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Jennings was the one he was looking for. 3rd down here. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Flushed out right. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Check nickel.
They're going on 4th. Boykin. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position.
Let's go now. Go to base. Tight. Watch left. We got 4. Check Mike, 99.
Haskins going to try to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. They'll run on first down. It's Bowen. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 21.